So it's an end of the world situation, and over the course of this time, in the defense of your family and in search for food, you have managed to shoot up most of your slugs and double-aught buck shells. Now then, because your local Walmart isn't open anymore, you have to figure out a new way of being able to take down large game with just your typical average field shot. How are you going to do that, you ask? Well, by turning this normal shell into an apocalypse slug, or aka wax slug. You can find other videos on it if you don't like mine, which if you don't like mine, piss off, I don't care, because I'm making this for myself and my friends. You simply take a normal existing shotgun shell and very easily shave the top of the shell off until you can peel it back and pour the shot out. This is what it looks like. Well, now then that you've taken and cut the top off of your shell and poured your shot out, you now have an empty container for your new wax slug. Well, the next step in the process is to get the wax hot enough so that you can pour it in there along with the shot so that you are able to create the apocalypse slug. To do this, I simply used the following things. I took and got an empty soup can and a coat hanger, bent the coat hanger into a triangle formation, inserted the can over the top of it, and that way it was able to be stabilized in the top of any pot. I then filled the pot up with enough water just so that when it started to raise the can up out of the water a little bit. I then inserted the candle into the soup can and put it on a medium heat until it melted. This took about 20 minutes. Alright, now then that you've got your wax hot enough that it's all melted, I want you to take all that shotgun shot that you got from those field shells and pour it into that soup can. Then take an ordinary household spoon and kind of stir it a little bit for about 60 seconds to 2 minutes. Once you've done that, take the empty shells that you emptied earlier, scoop them up, scoop the shot up with a spoon, trying to drain off as much excess wax as you can. Then pour it back into the shell. Once you fill the shell up to almost about 1/8 of an inch from the top, level off your shotgun shot and then reach in and scoop up nothing but just pure wax with the same spoon and then pour it back over the shot. This excess wax will fill up all the gaps and will level off a nice solid flat surface that will look like this. Don't overfill it, because if you overfill it, you run the risk of doing a head strike on one of your primers, and we don't want that. So it's always good to try to keep it level or have a little small dip in it so you don't have to worry about your primers hitting. These are more in detail pictures of what I was talking about. Now then that you've done that and your shells have cooled, you're ready to actually go test them out. You want to see some images of us testing out these shells? Well, I guess you're going to have to wait to another video to see those. But I will go ahead and give you a teaser. This looks like an ordinary shotgun shell, but in all actuality, this is what's called a cut shell. Before there was the invention of the original shotgun slug, this is the shell that your frontierman used when he was using his coach gun to deter people from trying to take his belongings. This shell, once done correctly, will separate in the center, turning the front half of this into a ballistic artillery device. These two are easy to make and are fun to shoot. I will demonstrate these as well as our apocalypse slugs in our upcoming videos. Until next time.